Morgan Library. My name is Ms. Lindsay, and welcome to another Teen Talk Tuesday. And for this month's book, I'm going to be reading I Love You So Mochi by Sarah Kuhn. Here we go. Chapter 1. 1 week earlier. I have to be honest, there was a moment when I regretted trying to make a dress out of candy wrappers. It wasn't because I'd spent a solid month collecting them, scouring the recycling bins in the cafeteria, squirreling away the remnants of Dad's secret Twix stash, and, in a fit of impatience once I realized how long it actually takes to amass a whole bunch of candy wrappers, buying an economy-sized bag of Starburst and gnawing my way through endless fruit-flavored goodness during the more boring parts of calculus. And it wasn't because the process of making legitimately sewable fabric out of candy wrappers was more complicated than I'd originally thought, requiring hours of ironing the wrappers between sheets of newspaper, Mod Podging them onto muslin, and hand-stitching the ones that refused to stay put. No, it came down to this. When I presented my best friend Bex with her custom candy wrapper dress, a rainbow delight that I fashioned into a simple skater cut with tiny ruffle flourishes at the sleeves and the bottom of the skirt, one of her eyebrows twitched upward and the smallest of crinkles creased her brow. But no smile. No grin stretching from ear to ear. No explanation of, "Wow, Kimi," or other discernible signs of pleasure, happiness, and/or excitement. Now, we're standing in front of the big mirror in the drama club room, and she's wearing the dress, and twisting this way and that, the wrappers crinkling softly as she examines every facet of her appearance. I can't tell if she likes it, and it makes me feel like a rabid animal is chopping my insides. I thought the bright colors and quirky material choice were perfect for Bex's unicorn and sparkle-loving personality, that they would complement the flaming magenta she dyed her hair, that this dress would give her the confidence of the superheroines who star in her beloved comic book, finally allowing her to ask out her crush, Shelby Purkis. "Just leave it to me," I'd said last month, waving a hand. I was wearing rings made out of tiny rocks, twisted up in wild threads of metal, and they gave my hand wave an extra touch of drama. "I'll make something for you, Bex. The perfect thing." "No makeovers, Kimi," screeched out my other best friend, Atsuko. We were sprawled all over our usual lunch table, a patch of grass hidden behind the library, just out of the way enough that no one ever bothered us. Atsuko was tapping away on her phone, composing her latest advice column. I hate that movies never show the part after the makeover," she continued. "You know, when the new look that'll help land you a new honey and the new personality you've suddenly gained along with it become a pain in the butt to maintain, and you go back to wearing sweats and flip-flops?" "Bex doesn't wear sweats in the first place," I said, rolling my eyes and gesturing to Bex's cute dress. It had a Peter Pan collar and a whimsical mermaid print. We'd all been especially excited when she found it, because some of the mermaids actually looked like us. There's a tall Atsuko mermaid with long black hair and broad shoulders and a smattering of freckles. A curvy Bex mermaid with dark brown hair and a dreamy look on her face. And a shrimpy pipsqueak Kimi mermaid with messy bangs and intense dark eyes that looked like they were always thinking just a little too hard about something. Or maybe we sort of projected some of those qualities onto them. Since Atsuko noted, most mermaid, fairy, elf, whatever prints are 100% white, blonde girls, and no percent everyone else. So, go this dress for being like 10% Asian and black, and giving us some twee role models to call our own. Anyway, I don't believe in makeovers, I added, poking Atsuko in the arm. She elbowed me half-heartedly and kept thumb-typing her advice column. I turned to Bex, who was regarding me with a mixture of hope and trepidation. "I want to arm you with a dress that enhances your natural charm and style and give you the confidence to finally ask out Shelby Purkis. I want you to feel like ultimate Bex." "Ultimate Bex," Bex said, her eyes lighting up. "Yes, I love that. It sounds like a superhero name. Like I'm Kamala Khan, and you're going to help me become Miss Marvel. And Ultimate Bex will not get all flustered and weird and tongue-tied around Shelby Purkis. Exactly, I said, grinning at her. I'm going to make you a Kimi Nakamura original. Something that'll make you feel like the best you. You've really bumped up your Kimi Originals game this year, Bex said. Your outfit output is on point. I smiled back and tried not to think about the fact that my output increase had nothing to do with a better productivity or a desire to make my senior year the best ever. It had everything to do with the fact that I dropped out of advanced fine art after slamming my head against complete and total lack of inspiration when it came to painting anything new. Every time I picked up my brush, all I saw was an endless blank canvas, mocking me. All I felt was the pressure that came with being accepted early admission to the Lou Fine Arts Academy, one of the best in the country. And all I heard was my mother's voice, talking on that tone she likes to take as soothing, but is weighed with way too many expectations about me becoming a great Asian American artist to be anywhere near the soothing ballpark. You should work on a new set of paintings before college starts, Kimi-chan, she says. Go in with a new theme, a voice, a point of view. Every great artist needs a point of view. My current point of view is that I can't paint to save my life. So I spent senior year pouring my energy into things like designing costumes for the school play, adding to my overflowing wardrobe of thrift store finds and my own creations. And now, creating a Kimi original for Bex. You know, fun things. But also, as my mother would be the first to remind me, goofing off type things. Things that have nothing to do with the important art career I'm about to embark on. Atsi, are you down with this plan? I said, nudging Atsuko. She was still glued to her phone. Because we need your approval at Culver City High's resident advice column to the Love Challenged. I approve, Atsuko said, but only if you both acknowledge that Shelby Purkis could still say no. Because when it comes to any romantic endeavors, it's very important to prepare for all possible outcomes, to not build up your expectations and, yes, we get it, Bex says, flashing me a conspirational grin. And I fully accept that I may still be heading down the path of loserdom, Madam Therapist. That is not what I meant, Atsuko huffed. I just want to make sure you're taking care of you first, because what most people don't realize, this was the point where I tuned them out. My brain was already buzzing, fantasizing about color palettes and sweetheart necklines and a dreamy full skirt that would swish beautifully around Bex, making her into her wildest daydream of a superheroine. But now that we're standing in front of the mirror, now that the skirt is actually swishing beautifully around her, I can't help but wonder if I miscalculated. Maybe the candy wrappers are too outrageous, too weird. Maybe Bex feels self-conscious, like the dress is overwhelming. Like dress is wearing her. Bex, I whisper, unable to contain myself any longer. She's swinging her hips side to side now, allowing the skirt to really swish. The effect of all those bright colors shining with Mod Podge is beautiful to me, like a kaleidoscope brought to life. So, Atsuko sidles up next to me, munching on a handful of trail mix. She's wearing baggy yoga pants, layered tank tops, and sweaters and sneakers with satin ribbons on lace. Atsuko loves the athleisure trend because it allows her to basically wear pajamas in public. Bex is always teasing her because she doesn't actually play any sports. Are you ready to do this thing or what? Bex? I repeat, keeping my voice soft. She still hasn't said a word. Not one single word. Do you like it? Bex's brow crinkles again as she regards her colorful form in the mirror, swishes the skirt around again. She's silent, and my heart sinks like a stone. Did I get it all wrong? Am I even failing at my goofing off, having fun attempts now? Bex turns to face me, claps my hands in hers, and meets my eyes. Her face is deadly serious. I'm already preparing my apology speech. Then she breaks into a giant grin. I love it! She yelps, her voice escalating to each word. And just like that, my heart bounces back up again. A buoyant beam of light shooting through my chest. The dress is doing just what I hoped it would. Bex is standing up, straighter, smiling brighter, and cocking her head in the way that indicates she's feeling good about life in general. She looks ready to take on the world, or at least to ask out the girl she's been crushing on about all senior year. I'm ready, she says, giving a determined nod. Linking arms with Bex and Atsuko, I beamed at my two best friends. Let's go ask out Shelby Purkis. So, have you talked to your mom yet? Atsuko shoves another handful of trail mix in her mouth and kicks my foot. We're camped out in one of the far corners of the quad, where most of the student body eats lunch, watching Bex swish her way over to Shelby Purkis. There's a concrete planter thing containing 3 teeny sprouts trying valiantly to become real plants, and we've sprawled ourselves on the edge of that, sitting end to end so that our feet are touching. Excuse me, but why are we talking about this right now? I say, inching my foot out of kicking reach. Let's focus on the mega couple forming on the other side of the quad. Ooh, what should their ship name be? Shex? Belby? We're talking about this because your state of denial has reached an epic level of epicness, Atsuko says, stretching her leg to kick me again. Darn her tallness. Like it's a continent of freaking denial at this point. You dropped advanced fine art a mere month ago in the spring semester. It's freaking March. Spring break is in a month. And then we have finals. Then school is basically over. The longer it takes to tell your mom you dropped that class, the more she's going to blow like a full-on rage volcano. It's Asian mom math, and you know I'm right about this. Ugh, I say, swinging my legs around so my feet are on the ground, no longer touching hers. I cross my arms over my chest and hunch. A pose that always makes mom fret about my posture. Don't therapize me, Atsy. You've got plenty of our peers asking you for advice. Romantic advice, specifically. Meanwhile, I'm over here minding my own business, not asking for any kind of advice. Actually, the romantic advice I give you is in the same general area, Atsuko says, wiggling her closer and poking my hip with her foot. She needs to stop with the foot. What happened with that theater guy, Justin, again? He enjoyed wearing the costumes I designed. Said they really helped him get into character, I say, my face getting hot. Then he gave me a rock at the rap party, which was a super strange thing to give someone. And then we never spoke again because we don't have any classes together. My face had gotten increasingly hot as I talked. This is why Atsuko is such a good advice columnist. She always cuts straight to the heart of the matter. Her fans love it. I only love it sometimes. Like when it's directed at someone else. It was a rock, like the ones on those weird rings you're always wearing. Therefore not a strange gift at all, Atsuko says, unable to let it go. Actually, it's a very thoughtful gift. Some might even say sweet, beyond the realm of let's be friends and edging into let's go on dates and make out and stuff. Well, I don't know about that, I say. The truth is, it was a really thoughtful gift. And yes, I might have spent a night or two crafting elaborate fantasies about Justin and my first date, which would somehow involve a scavenger hunt where we search for different kinds of rocks to turn into all sorts of whimsical jewelry. But then, he started texting me and trying to make plans, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't move beyond the perfect fantasy I'd made up in my head. I focused on Bex across the quad. She made it all the way over to Shelby Purkis, and they appeared to be chatting. Shelby laughs at something Bex says and brushes her long swoop of platinum blonde hair out of her eyes, revealing her multi-pierced ears with her dangly feather earrings. All of this looks flirty, at least from far away. I cross my fingers, hoping it's going well. Bex turns and heads back towards us, and she looks happy. But I can't tell if it's happy like she's trying to keep from bursting with joy, or happy like she's trying to put on a brave face and not cry after being rejected. Denial, Atsuko says, sounding out each syllable. Man, what's the weather like on your lovely continent this time of year? Shut it, I say. What are you so afraid of, Kimi? She murmurs. I don't have the chance to respond, because suddenly Bex is here, and her smile is spreading over her face, and we can tell she's happy, like the ready to burst with joy kind. She said yes! Bex sings out, sweeping us into a big group hug. Oh my god, you guys, she said yes! We're going to the movies tonight! The candy wrapper dress crinkles against us, and then we're all screaming, and I feel like my heart is going to explode. Bex is getting this big, awesome thing she's wanted for so long, and the sheer triumph of that sweeps aside a weird conversation I was just having with Atsuko, overwhelming me with joy. Kimi! Bex pulls out of the hug and grasps me by the shoulder, beaming. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! The dress did it. It really does make me feel like ultimate Bex. I smile back at her. The sheer force of her happiness is so fully encompassing, like she's projecting some of her superheroiness onto me. Like I helped her get this big, awesome thing she's wanted for so long. And just for a moment, I feel like Ultimate Kimi. Oh, wow. Ultimate Kimi, who loves fashion and helping people. And that was chapter 1 of I Love You, So Mochi. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.